What is up, Eastern Oregon? This is Dodzy, and this is your sports show for Thursday, March 23rd, 2023. This is all brought to you by Hobby Habit. Man, go check out what they got. They got Legos. They got Traxxxs RC cars. They have STEM stuff for your kids. They have board games. Hobby Habit, 411 First Street in Grande, just for the fun of it. Quick talking today. There's not a lot to say. It's all about guests and EOU softball seniors. Let's just get right straight to the first guest. She's EOU softball senior Karsyn Zaragoza. Here it is.
Hello.
Karsyn, hi. Let's start it off how I start them all off. How'd you end up at EOU? What brought you here?
Well, actually, I'm from Boise, Idaho. So I played at Lower Columbia College in Longview, Washington, which is like 7 hours away from Boise. And it was far, but it was good to get away. And I just wanted to come closer. And EOU reminded me a lot of my JUCO. It just was a family, and I wanted to be here. It's a great school.
Lower Columbia, you played volleyball as well.
Yes, I did.
Which one you like better, volleyball or softball?
I like them both. I don't know. They're both great sports, and they're both so much fun. And I've loved volleyball, but I was ready to pursue my softball, continue with that, and I've loved it.
What position do you play? You play in the outfield, right?
Yes, I'm an outfielder.
You're playing center field this year.
Yes, yeah.
So is that the same place you played last year?
Yeah, it was.
That's your spot, center field. The captain of the outfield. What's your favorite thing about Eastern Oregon, this area?
It is gorgeous. There's so many outdoor activities that you can do. There's Morgan Lake. There's some hikes that I've gone up on and hiked, but it's just gorgeous. I love it. It is cold though. It is freezing, but it's nice to get snow.
I mean, Boise's quite a bit bigger than LaGrande,
yes,
obviously.
It is.
Like how has that changed? Like, what was it like?
I like the small town. It makes me feel a lot more safe. Like Boise is a very safe city, but just it is big and it's growing a lot. So living in LaGrande has been a nice little refresh to just have a smaller community.
Yeah. What high school did you go to in Boise?
I went to Boise High.
Oh, you went to Boise High.
Mm-hmm. Right down
So when you were in high school, did you play anything besides volleyball and did you play a third sport?
No, just those two.
Just volleyball and softball,
yeah.
And then you went to Lower Columbia and you had the ability and the I guess whatever the word would be to play both of them.
Mm-hmm.
And what was that like being a two-sport athlete? That's a lot of work.
It was a lot of work, but it was so much fun. Like I don't regret it at all. And with COVID, we ended up having to play both of the sports in the spring season my sophomore year. So that was pretty crazy. Like some days I played softball in the morning and then I went and played a volleyball game in the afternoon. It was nuts. But
you played both sports during one season?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was crazy. But there's another athlete that did it with me. So that made it a lot easier to have a buddy.
So last season was a pretty special season. We tied the all-time record at EOU for wins this season. Describe the feeling that you got when that announcer on the video on YouTube announced Eastern Oregon making it to the national tournament.
Well, I was nervous because as it was going through, like our name was not getting announced, and then I started to get really sad, and I was like, oh no, like this could be it. And then the final bracket showed up, and then our name popped up, and I started bawling. Like I had so many emotions that day. It was crazy, but it was, excited.
I think that outside of sweeping OIT at home, I think that was my highlight of the season. Watching all of you ladies, the reaction to making it to the national tournament for a team that worked really hard. I mean, you guys worked your butts off last year. Now, this year, let's talk about this year.
Mm-hmm.
This team, a little bit different. I mean, we swapped a lefty for a lefty pitcher, pretty similar, but a different, obviously you go from having Amanda, who's like the leader, the senior, to a younger girl being the ace on the staff. So other people have to step up as leaders. What's that been like? What's that transition been like, losing those seniors?
It's been different for sure. Like we had some great leaders last year, and we've actually had a couple, like Ebner and Kaylin they were big leaders last year, and they've been great leaders this year as well, just keeping the culture of the team. And there's been younger players that have been here for 3 years that have stepped up as well, and that's been huge. We just have younger leaders compared to last year, but it's been good.
What's the goal for the team this year?
Make it to nationals, get to Georgia this time. Everyone's team or goal to make it to nationals, but yeah.
I think anything less than nationals is a disappointment.
Yes, I agree.
There's 100%. No doubt. I mean, 100%. we have the personnel, for sure.
Yeah.
And we have a bunch of new people on this team, and it's going to take a little bit of time, but I think the pieces will fall into place, and you're going to see towards the end of the year we're gonna really start rolling.
Yes, I agree. And like this weekend, we swept Bushnell, and it was so much fun. I felt like we were the same team from last year with the new puzzle pieces, and I think we're coming together. But
the energy level was there. I was telling Kaylin, like, one of my favorite things when I take pictures, like, I don't really like to focus on, I mean, I do, but I like focusing on the just the reactions and the emotion more than like swinging a bat per se.
Yeah.
And I saw that on this weekend, like you guys, the energy, and I watch all of your guys' games. I even when you're on the road, I watch you guys. And this weekend, the energy was here.
It was the Eastern energy, that we had last year.
Every single week, weekend in, weekend out, and that's how we win games. It really is.
It is.
To open up at home, obviously, I mean, we had Southern at home, but we didn't play them at home. Yeah. I don't count that as a home game. I'm done with that. I've actually written a letter to the NAIA. Like these teams over here, we got to push the softball and baseball seasons back a little bit because we cannot play this early in the spring. It's just not possible.
And it doesn't help that our winter was so dry this year that it's just getting pushed back even
It's going to be even worse. Yeah, it's going to be terrible. So you were honorable mention all CCC last year. What's your goals this year? I mean, your personal goals. What do you want out of this season?
First team. I would love to be a first team this year. But I mean, we'll see if I get any award is fantastic.
It's just icing on the cake, right?
Yeah, exactly.
What's your like in softball? Like you guys, you have the cheers you do, right? You know, what's your favorite one? I
like them all. They're all awesome. I think our Mountie cheer, the pump up Mountie, I can't remember. It just, I don't know. I can't remember the cheers unless I'm actually doing them.
Right.
But it's our big like rally cheer. I love that cheer. It gets everyone pumped up, and that's, I mean, we're having a rally, so that's when you do it. So it's always a good time.
Awesome. That's awesome. If you had to choose one or the other, would you rather be deaf or blind?
Oh, geez. Probably deaf. I think, I don't know. The world's just so pretty. It would be hard not to see it, I think.
You'd be missing out on music. That would be the hardest thing for me. I'm a music dude, so it would be like,
and that would be tough too, because I do like music, but I don't know. They would both be terrible. Be very hard.
Who's your hero?
Oh, my hero. Jeez. I'd probably say both my parents. They have just done so much for me, and I obviously wouldn't be here without them, and I look up to them big time. So both my parents. They're my heroes.
Awesome. Do you have siblings?
Yeah, I have a younger brother.
Just a younger brother? Oh, cool. How old is he?
He's 5 years younger than me, so he's a junior. I can't.
Oh, he's the same age as my son. I have a son that's a junior. Yeah. Nice. Perfect. That's fun age. Boys, you know, like I think there's a big enough gap between you and your brother that you probably have a really good relationship, because I have younger siblings that are 10 and 14 years younger than me, and we're super close. We've never like even had a fight really. You know what I mean? Because they're so much younger than me. Yeah.
Yeah. No, my brother and I get along very well.
That's awesome. Does he play sports too?
Yeah, he plays baseball and football.
Oh, sweet. So you get to be a cheerleader for your little brother and watch him come up through the ranks. That's awesome. So if you could choose one superpower, what would it be?
Invisibility, I think. I think that would be
Oh,
pretty cool.
why?
I just think it would be kind of fun to just walk around invisible and just kind of see what everyone's doing.
That's so bad.
It
You
would
can
be
do some
interesting.
horrible things. You can spy on people and know. I wouldn't
And they
want to
would
know
have
what
no
people.
idea.
Oh wow,
I
that
think
doesn't
it would be
surprise me.
interesting.
Yeah, that's. There's only one other person that's ever said that on my show. Is
Really?
invisibility.
Oh my
Yeah, yeah.
gosh.
And it's just like it's one of those things where if you want to be invisible, there's a reason you want to spy on people.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. So what are you going to school for?
Psychology.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
I want to be a school psych. And I actually got into grad school last week at Eastern Washington, and it's an online hybrid program. So I'll be doing that next year, which is really exciting.
So for your job that you want to do, is it only 6 years of school or is it more than that?
It's 7. It's 3
So it's
years
a
in
3-year
grad
grad
school.
and like practicums and obviously
Yeah.
some.
The last year will be practicum. So
Nice.
2 extra years of actual school.
So will you go home or will you move there or what's the plan?
I'm actually going to move back to Longview, and I'm going to coach volleyball and softball there.
Oh,
That's the
really?
plan. Yeah. And
You want to be a
at Lower
coach too?
Columbia. While I'm doing
Awesome.
that online hybrid.
What makes you want to be a coach?
I'm not ready to leave the sport. Like, even though I'm not going to be an athlete, I want to still be a part of it and coach and help the other athletes become who they are and move them on to that next level. Because my JUCO was so much fun and I loved it. So I want to help them reach their goals like I was able to reach mine.
I think JUCO athletics are overlooked. Like
Yeah.
some people overlook them, like how cool and how fun. I went there.
Yeah.
I loved it. I mean,
It was so much fun.
It's cheaper for one thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's a different environment completely. There's not as many people. Well, depending upon the JUCO I went to had like 20,000 students. So I mean, it was a huge JUCO,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
at the
that is
same
huge.
time, it wasn't like me going. I wasn't ready for a 4-year school. I didn't even really like school that much. You know what I mean? I just did it because I loved playing sports.
Yeah.
And the JUCO route is, I mean,
It's
I
fantastic.
encourage kids to do it. Like, do it. It's not going to hurt you in the long run.
Yeah, no. It's just an extra stepping stool.
Yeah, yeah, and I would say 99% of high school athletes aren't ready for 4-year schools, like especially D1. Like,
Yeah,
you ain't ready mentally, physically, none of it.
Well, it's 18 playing with 22-year-olds. It's just different.
Big difference. Yeah, exactly. And with 24-year-olds.
Yes. Yeah.
Like grown adults.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's crazy. There's kids now, that are like 24, 23, 24, even 25, especially in the NAIA, because there's no limitations on when you start your eligibility and when you end it overall. I mean, I've seen 35-year-old guys that played at Eastern come back and play against Eastern on another team when they're 35.
No, it's crazy. And I still have 2 years of eligibility too, so I could be here until I'm 25, which is crazy too.
But you're ready to move. You're ready to.
Just academically, I cannot. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't make it make sense. I get. I mean, that happens, and it sucks. But the reality of it is you have to do the best thing for Karsyn, and not. If that means not extending your eligibility, then go do your thing. Do you like pineapple on pizza?
Pineapple? Yeah, I do actually.
You do?
I
knew you were gonna say yeah. I had a feeling. What's your favorite food?
Sushi. I love sushi.
Like what? Like what kind? Like you like the actual raw fish, or?
I do.
I like the eel. I like the smoked eel.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
And then I also like the smoked salmon with asparagus and cream cheese.
Yes,
I think it's called like a Philly roll or something.
I think so. I don't know, but yeah, that is good. Have you had smoked salmon with pickled jalapenos on it?
I don't think so, but I like jalapenos. Yeah, it sounds
really
delicious.
Good.
My problem is I'm allergic to avocados, so I have to be really careful with sushi because they do preparation around avocados and And okay, so mom's cooking. If you go home and mom says, "What do you want me to make you?" or dad, either or, what do you think? What are you having? What do you miss?
Honestly, I think I miss my dad's breakfast more than anything. And it's simple. It's just eggs and bacon. And then he used to get cinnamon rolls a lot. It's very easy, but
Yeah, it's
just the
just
way he makes breakfast is way better.
I can attest to when other people cook for you, it's the love that's put into the cooking and not necessarily the food.
The food, yeah,
100%.
exactly.
Do you have your phone on you?
I do not.
You don't? Okay, well,
Mm-mm.
see if you can remember. What was the last song you listened to?
It was I wrote a book or the book by Morgan Wallen. I can't. It's one
I
of his new
wrote.
songs. I
Okay,
wrote the book. Yeah, I
yeah.
think that's the name.
All right, we'll find it. What's your so this is the last question, and take as long as you want with it. I'm a senior in high school. I'm a softball player. Coach Christian says, "Hey Karsyn, recruit Dodsley to come play softball at EOU." What are you going to tell me?
Well, like I said earlier, like Eastern Oregon is a family. Like no matter everyone here is going to support you, even if it's academically, athletically, everyone's here for you. Like Eastern's motto, once a Mountie, always a Mountie. Like you are a part of the family. And just our softball vibe, we are so much fun. Like you saw this weekend, we're just a fun team. And I think you're just going to meet your amazing friends and just be a part of a great culture and family that you're never going to forget.
That's awesome. Eastern Oregon, she's EOU senior softball player Karsyn Zaragoza. I'm Dodsley. I appreciate you, Karsyn.
Thank you.
Thanks, Karsyn. Appreciate it. Yeah, let's have a great year this year. Let's just keep it rolling with the next guest. She's EOU softball senior Kaylin Winans. Here it is. What's up, Kaylin?
Not much. How are you?
Good. We'll start it off how I start off all of the interviews. How'd you end up at EOU?
I was at a school in Illinois. It's called Lindenwood University in Belleville. And after my freshman year, I loved it, but then we got the email saying the school was going to close down. And so I just had to find somewhere else. I started calling coaches and I called EOU. And she said she needed a pitcher. And so I came on a visit and I loved it. And my sister went here too. So I already knew I kind of loved Grande and that it was a good fit.
Your sister play sports here or just go to school?
She was on the track team.
She was on the track team. Cool.
Yeah.
What's your favorite part about Eastern Oregon? Like not the school, but just the valley.
I just love the outdoors, everything here. I mean, I'm able to go on hikes or go fish or hunt, and then on my off time or whenever softball isn't happening. And so I love that. It's beautiful. I mean, there's plenty of things to do that. No, it's not a huge town or anything. There's not a big nightlife or anything like that. But I mean, you're still able to find really awesome things to do.
This is your senior season. Well, super senior season.
Yeah.
We see that a lot with COVID. This is year 4 at EOU, and you played a year at a different school. This team's a little bit different than last year. We lost some seniors, but there's also a lot of key returners. What's the team goals for this year? What are you guys looking to do?
I mean, I think with, we obviously lost some, like you said, and we had a really successful season last year. But a big thing for us is Coach did an excellent job recruiting the, new girls and people that kind of fill those slots that or holes or whatever. And so I think the goal is just to get that CCC title and hopefully, do another national run and make it even further than we did last year.
Yeah, I mean, I think nothing less than a national tournament appearance for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
We sit like, are we still 19 right now?
I believe so. I don't know if the new polls have came out.
Yeah, we're right around 20 somewhere.
Yeah.
And I mean, as of right now, we play in the toughest conference in the whole country.
Oh, absolutely.
No doubt.
Yeah.
I mean, there's always like 3 or 4 top 10 teams in this conference.
Yeah.
What about you personally? Like, what's your goals for this year? What do you want to do to help this Mountie softball team be better?
I mean, a big thing for me is just kind of leading by example and setting that tone for how hard we need to work and the things we need to do in order to achieve goals as a team. I mean, I'm not a big fan of just going through the motions. I want everyone to be able to put in that extra work and really do everything on their part to get to that point where we want to be. And so I think it's just a big thing on my role is definitely leading the team in general, but also the pitching staff. That's a big thing. I'm the only senior on the pitching staff. So a lot of the girls kind of come to me, and we have a lot. I mean, there's a lot going on. It's chaotic. Everything's always going crazy. So I think that a big part of my role is just to, help girls out where they need it and show them just how we work as EOU softball, especially as a pitching staff.
Yeah.
Then,
I mean,
yeah.
You being the only senior, that's your job.
Yeah.
There's no question about it, right? I mean, and nobody even has to tell you that. That's just automatic.
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing about this team? What do you love about this 2023 EOU softball team?
I just love that we have a lot of different personalities and a lot of different backgrounds, all coming together towards the same goal. I mean, we all want to go as far as we possibly can, and it's not your typical team. We have girls who are goofy and silly. We have girls who are really, super serious about things, and everyone needs their own way of practicing and training and coaching and all of that. And so it's kind of cool to see that all those unique aspects come together and find success. That's a big part of it.
Yeah, for sure. I'll tell my favorite thing is just the energy. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, obviously, we've only had one set of home games this last weekend. We swept Bushnell at home, but the energy that I saw out there, it doesn't matter. You can bring a group of diverse people together, and as long as there's energy, that carries over into the game.
Exactly.
And you saw that all weekend. I mean, there's that energy, there's that buzz that, especially in softball, as you know. If there's energy coming from the dugout and there's like this uplifting going on, that's contagious.
Exactly.
And it really carries over into the game.
Yeah. That was something we, obviously last year, that's a lot of our new girls this year even said, a big reason why they wanted to come here was our dugout presence and just how we support each other and we go crazy and wild, but we're still able to be successful. And so it took a little bit of adjusting. I mean, in the beginning of the season, it was tough. I mean, our cheering even was kind of funky, and we didn't have that mesh and that bond yet. And so it was really nice this past weekend to see that all kind of come together, and everyone was working together and, just super supportive of everyone's success. And that's the thing that I think is key to having that solid team foundation.
Yeah, for sure. I take pictures. I come and take pictures. That's my hobby. That's not my job. But my favorite thing to take pictures of is not the game.
No.
I want the emotion. I want that. Yeah. I'm always shooting over towards the dugout, trying to catch somebody with a goofy hat on, making a funny face, or you know what I mean? Because that's what it's all about to me. Like the game, it is one on the field, but it really isn't. It's one with your presence. Like really, it's 100%.
Yeah, it's so much fun. Like I just think that we are a better team. Everyone individually plays better, and then obviously together it's so much more solid when we are having fun. And whatever, obviously negative things happen, we make errors, we make mistakes, we strike out, whatever, but it's really fun to have that support and know that when you get in that dugout, like, girls are going to be picking you up and they believe in you that you're going to do better next time, or whatever, that you have it in you to succeed.
Who's your hero, like, in life? Who do you look up to? Who's your hero?
I would say my mom overall. My mom is definitely someone. She's just like the most positive, most outgoing person. Everyone loves her. She's I'm from a pretty small town, and just everyone knows her, and like no one has really bad things to say about her. And she's also handled a lot of adversity in the last couple years. She was diagnosed with cancer, and that was last spring. last February, and it was not an easy feat. It was actually it was oral cancer, and she's the most talkative person in the world, so that was kind of challenging for her to handle. It was going to change everything, and she handled it better than I've ever seen anyone, and came out really on top, and just was able to find all the positives in such a dark situation.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What are you going to school for?
I got my bachelor's in health and human performance, and then I am getting my master's in business administration.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you want to be? What do you want to be when you grow up?
It's kind of tough. I go back and forth on a lot of different things. I've been a server and worked in the restaurant industry for a few years now, and I love that aspect. I mean, I kind of want to just go into the more management side of it. And I think I'll be able to do that with having a master's in business. But then eventually, my boyfriend and I love to be outdoors, and we both really want to have an outdoor business and be business owners. And I mean, that's going to be a little bit down the road, but that's kind of the end goal. And so I'm just wanting to get by, and then hopefully when we have enough funds for that, we can really chase our dreams and do that.
You don't really have to rush it. You're young.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, just take it slow.
Yeah.
It's going to come real fast. It really is. And, all these old people are always telling you, hey, enjoy it now because it's going to go by really fast. Yeah. They are not lying.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like just yesterday I'm hanging out with your coach, at EOU, and we're both going to EOU. And then today we're here, right?
Yeah.
It seems like that
crazy.
Was around the corner.
Oh, yeah.
If you had to choose one or the other, would you rather be like on like pool or beach? Like, but when I say pool, I mean like nice pool, like kind of ritzy, or the sand and the beach. Where's Kaylin hanging out?
I'm beach all the way. I want
100%.
That. Yeah, I love everything about it. I like hearing the ocean. Big fan of that. I always went to the coast growing up for various holidays or whatever, just for family vacation. That was it, and I fell in love with it.
I'm a beach dude too. I can get over the sand, like it's fine.
Yeah,
100% beach.
Yes.
Pineapple on pizza?
Absolutely not. No.
What's your favorite food?
My favorite food?
Yeah.
Kind of depends. I like chicken in general. So, I mean, that can be like chicken wings, chicken breast.
Just any kind of chicken?
Any like pasta with chicken in it. Yeah. Fettuccine Alfredo.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I would like, I like Mexican food. So like any kind of taco, burrito, quesadilla, nachos, whatever. I don't care. It's just, I grew up in Southern California. So I grew up on that food. So it's like, I'll take any kind of Mexican food or steak. You can't really beat a steak.
No. Oh gosh.
Juicy steak.
I love steak. That was one thing. Like my dad's best thing, for cooking wise and everything, that was steak. Like my mom cooked everything else. If we were having steak, it was all my dad, and he's good at it.
Nice.
Yeah.
If you could have one superpower, what would it be?
I want to be able to fly. I want to travel, but obviously it's expensive and difficult to arrange all that. So it's like I'd love to be able to just take off and go wherever I want, whenever, and not have to pay for a plane ticket.
Mine's very similar to that, but I don't like heights, so I'm teleporting. Like I just want to be here and then be in Australia. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to have to be in the air flying over. I mean, I get it because you get to see beautiful things when you're way up there, but I'm just deathly afraid of heights. So it's been an issue my whole life with being afraid of heights.
Yeah.
Last question, I'll get you out of here. I'm a senior in high school. I'm a softball player. Coach Christian says, Kaylin, recruit Dodzy to come play softball at EOU. What are you going to tell me?
Do you mean just to get you to come here, basically? Yeah. Okay. I think a big thing that I would focus on is just the overall atmosphere of EOU athletics. So supportive, so just involved in the community as well. And I think that's a big part. You don't feel isolated ever. You always have someone that you can go to, or a group of people that, if you're going through a tough time, I mean, you can find them, and I'll often be down to just go and, whether it's just going to dinner or going to get coffee or something, or just going and getting a workout in together. Like, everyone is so supportive of each other, which is really, really, really nice. And then also just the softball in general here. I mean, we have that, I don't know, that different little edge to us, I would say, as a team, where it's different, like, than any other team I've been on. We all have the same goals in mind, and can play pretty selflessly and understand that, no one is successful unless the entire team is successful. And that's a big thing that I'd say our coaches preach, and us as, captains or leaders or whatever, like all the seniors and stuff, upperclassmen. We all have that understanding. And so yeah, I think I would just kind of place an emphasis on that, and how important it is for us all to succeed individually and as a team, and as people, as individuals.
Awesome. Yeah, let's sneak one more question in.
Okay.
You got your phone?
I do.
What's the last song that you listened to on your playlist?
Oh, geez. Let me look here. Give me a second. Okay, well, to be fair, this isn't something I would have actually listened to, really, but they were using my phone for music at our games.
Well, then what's the last song that you liked that you listened to?
That I liked, that I listened to?
Yeah.
I'm looking on here. I love the song 23 by Chase Beckham.
Chase Beckham, 23.
Yeah, that's a good
Awesome.
one.
Eastern Oregon, she's EOU, senior softball player, Kaylin Winans. I'm Dodzy. I appreciate you, Kaylin. Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, Kaylin. Yeah, let's go. The Grande baseball is supposed to play tomorrow here against Seaside at 3:30. We'll see if the weather holds up and what happens. Grande High School softball has games on the schedule, but they all say to be announced. So I don't even know where that is or what's going on there. EOU baseball goes to Bushnell tomorrow on the sports show. EOU head baseball coach Kyle Treadway and EOU head softball coach Nicole Christian. Pay attention for that. EOU softball's off for the weekend. None of this is possible without Hobby Habit, though. Man, I appreciate the sponsorship. It's that circle. They support me and help me bring this information to you, and you go buy things like Traxxxs RC cars from them. Hobby Habit in LeGrand, just for the fun of it. Eastern Oregon, that's all I got for you on a Thursday. I appreciate you. I'm Dodzy, and I'm out.